call the meeting to order.
Jenkins,
Here.
Harden,
Here.
Hahn,
Here.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl.
Here.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There being no public comments on agenda items, we move to section 1, the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Call it.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Motion carried.
There being no unfinished business, we move to section 3, new business.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 938, closing of street which lies within the 200 block of State Street.
I'll second it. Discussion.
Why?
There's a public hearing just a little bit ago, and in that, and I put in the city manager's report, we have had a citizen come in that owns some adjoining property there. They want to tear down a unsightly house that's kind of been on the city's watch list, build either a new single family or multi-family setting in there. They need the extra portion of unimproved part of State Street for their construction plans.
Who is it?
Kevin Maxwell.
There's a public hearing on this?
Yes, there was.
I didn't know anything about it.
Should have been in your notice.
Is the trailer he wants to move? Is there a trailer there? Is that what it is?
No, it would be the old Jim Lashbrook property. He would like to tear that house down.
Okay.
And then he needs, obviously there's some mature trees there. They don't want to really lose any of the mature trees in part of the construction. There again, either build a single family or maybe even do something a little bit better than that.
I was looking at the other end of the street. Okay.
Any other discussion? Questions? Call it.
Harden,
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel, to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, and or performance of specific employees pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act, 5 ILCS 120/2C1, and also to discuss land, to discuss the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, 5 ILCS 102/2C5.
Call it.
I say.
Oh.
Hahn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We in session.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 939 amending personnel code.
I'll second. Any discussion? Call it.
Pearl.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
McKinley. Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 940, amending the golf cart ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion?
This is just follow-up from 2 weeks ago.
Just so you know, there's been a lot of interest now in people wanting to get their golf carts licensed and follow the ordinance, believing that the cost is going to be lowered to $25. So.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Hahn.
Yes.
McKinley.
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 941 declaring surplus equipment 1990 GMC Digger Derrick truck.
Second. Discussion?
Several months ago, the Light Plant had me make a presentation to you fellows that they needed a new truck. You then purchased an international truck. That truck was delivered from one of the western states. This would be the old truck that is no longer in service. So by state statute, we have to declare it surplus property so we can advertise it for sale.
Call.
Harden,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl, Jenkins,
Yes.
motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2014-29, naming South Park Playground equipment in honor of Mike Hendricks.
Second.
Discussion?
Been some conversation with Mrs. Hendricks and with the Kiwanis, who is supporting this as well, that Mr. Hendricks played an important role in Weedman Park and South Park, and the thought was in honor of him as a memorial to name the newly installed playground equipment at South Park in his honor.
Yes. I'd love to see a memorial out there for, a lot of communities have some sort of memorial park type thing with bricks, things like that. As we build out more things, I'd like that to be kept in mind so that it's cheaper to do it now than retrofit it later. So I think that'd be a great addition to the community.
We will be placing some type of a memorial out there.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Han,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2014-30, construction of public sidewalk at 318 West Market with the aid of city and Thomas Fraser Clark Foundation funds.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Called.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
motion carried.
This moves us to section 4, other items. We'll begin with the city manager's report.
I only have a couple things. We did put on the mayoral Facebook page today that tonight at about 8 o'clock, when the winds lay down, we'll have a contractor come in and spray for mosquitoes. This will be their first application. Hopefully they can knock them down a little bit. If we find out that they were a little bit more pestier than what anticipated, then we'll have them spray again. There's been some interest in South Park to establish back in the wooded area a primitive camping site. Want to get a little feedback from you gentlemen if you'd like me to continue to work with the people interested in doing that. You have several acres of timber back there that's truly not being used. It would be a benefit to the park. You have events that go on at South Park, whether it's national or regional BMX. You could have soccer tournaments or whatever go on out there. And it would be, there again, just another benefit, another way to promote the community. Primitive camping would be tents, nothing large of any manner. The group that's interested said that they could rent brush cutters, go back there, cut some trails and some campsites. And now that we have water in South Park, we could extend some yard hydrants out to it, install a couple security lights. It could actually be a nice thing. You could literally go to South Park and do a little bit of camping and not realize you're just a mile outside of the actual town.
Good idea.
What would it's interesting. What would the management of that look like? I mean, would that be if somebody wants to camp out there, or would that be somebody from here having to get a permit to do that, or is this group doing that, or what's that look like?
Well, I mean, that's kind of, there hasn't been a lot of hardcore discussion about how do we manage it. Kind of hoping maybe it self-manages itself. We already have an issue with garbage out there now, so we would have to get a larger dumpster because of that. We could have one of the city employees of the morning make a pass out through there, make sure that it is policed. of garbage and things of that nature. You know, it's going to be patrolled, the police department goes out there. So I don't know that it would necessarily become more of a monster than the benefit side of it. But there again, it's just something that came up last week, and with the council meeting coming so fast, I wanted to throw it out there to see if we kind of keep the conversation going or just let it die. You know, I told the people that I'd give them some feedback, so that's kind of where I'm at with that right now.
If it did pass and there would be no fire, or if it quickly passes, we'll be able to get vehicles back there if need be.
There would be a service path back there, so you could get an ambulance back there if needed. Brush truck, the fire department, pickup would have to be able to go back in there. So there would be a lane to drive back in there, Pat. And as far as if you cleaned out enough areas, you would be allowed to have a small fire. Now there again, you know, we haven't gotten that far with it. So as it progresses, I would have to report back to the council. This is where we're at with it. You could charge $10 a night. You could use those fees, the service fees, to go directly back into building the next phase. You could start out with 20 sites. You have ample land out there. You could add 10 more sites later, or whatever it is you want to do. It's right now it's just in the planning stage.
The question at hand is, should you pursue conversation, correct?
Yes.
So there's no decision being made here. I don't see a reason why you should pursue the conversation. Gentlemen?
Okay. I got a just Gibson City Saturday. Went got a sandwich trying to find a shady spot to go, so we pull in this place where the locomotive's at. I did not know that is the Gibson City campground. They have water and electrical hookups right there.
They used to be a tourist park at one time, so.
But it's and they had 2 or 3 campers in there, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
That's good then.
Good.
Other than that, Calvin has contacted a contractor to have the exterior of the water tower painted. The EPA, a little over a year ago, came in and issued about 15, 20 bullet points of things that needed to be addressed, and one of them was the interior, have the interior of the water tower inspected. So that's going to be taken care of, hopefully, before cold weather as well. So we wanted to get the exterior painted, or washed, I should say. That and Councilmember Hahn and I met with the group that's still showing some interest in our 20 acres with the cannabis farm. And I thought that it really turned out to be a good meeting. There really is true interest in the establishment of a cannabis farm on our 20 acres of land. So hopefully that conversation will continue.
Any questions to the city manager and his report? Any non-agenda items in other business? There being none, we move on to public comments. We have one this evening. Mr. Holman, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you. So I wrote all this out because I wanted to get this correct. So I'm here as a thank you on behalf of the summer concert. I'd like to thank the City of Farmer City and the City Council for the support of the summer concert. The performances were truly amazing. Casey Lansdale was incredibly amazing. We promoted Farmer City and its businesses with stops at the Farmer City Raceway, Emos, Mama's Cafe, the American Legion, and even Central Illinois Ag. I've heard several people express regret that they didn't or could not attend, and while attendance was below my expectation, it apparently exceeded music industry norms. Additionally, Casey has expressed her sincere gratitude to this community that made her feel like family and welcomed her with open arms. While here, she was able to experience her first stock car race, drive her first tractor, and experience and enjoy locally produced sweet corn. She was truly overwhelmed and shared that Farmer City swept her off her feet. What I'm encouraged by most is the feedback from inside and outside of this community, from people that I didn't even know were paying attention. What you did with this, what the Chamber of Commerce did with this, what we did with this together, has already put several wheels in motion, and I look forward to what will come from this event. I've been truly amazed at the contacts that I've received in just the last 2 days since this concert. I would like to present to the City of Farmer City this framed and autographed concert poster as a thanks for its support. I feel that Casey Lansdale has every opportunity to be a superstar, and I now have renewed faith that Farmer City too can be a superstar. And I hope this poster serves as a reminder of that to us all. So thank you again for your support.
Can we get it back next year?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Kurt, thank you so much for doing this. This was a heck of a lot of work that you done, and you did a great job. It was a great concert.
Thank you.
Very good event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Kurt, thank you. There being no more public comments, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Call it.
Pearl, Jenkins,
Yes.
Hardy,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes or no?
Yes.
thank you.